Previously on.
Miss Susan fear beauty. Me promise.
Your mother remember your Pickney. See there? She sent things to you. Me did tell her so she now come back.
Miss,
They will always find a new life and live the Pickney them.
Poor little gal. But carries Pickney, you know. Every time I see that girl, I just pray for her.
Cyaan will be happy. Me know it will now. And my son, things rough over here. And me try me best. Me love you. And me always love you. Me did want sing for you, but life not easy over here. Me get married and me have a little boy now. Me want you meet your brother someday. Me still a try to start out things. So just keep strong with me. Me love you, mommy.
You're gonna make it with or without ours.
because Cyaan had dreamed of this moment, standing in her graduation gown, her name called over the microphone, the applause ringing in her ears. She had worked hard, staying up late to study, pushing past hunger and heartache, determined to make something of herself. But as she looked out into the crowd, scanning faces, her mother wasn't there. Granny sat in the front row, her frail hands clasped tightly together, eyes shining with pride. She had come alone. No one else had made the journey to see Cyaan walk across the stage, to witness the result of years of sacrifice and silent suffering. But she didn't come empty-handed. As soon as Cyaan's name was called, Granny jumped up, clanging two shiny pot covers together with fierce joy.
Go on, Cyaan, me be a baby brother,
She hollered, her voice cutting through the crowd. The hall erupted in laughter and cheers, not out of mockery, but celebration. Cyaan couldn't help the burst of laughter that slipped through her tears. Cyaan swallowed the lump in her throat and held her head high as she accepted her diploma. Granny's presence was more than enough. After the ceremony, as students embraced their parents and posed for pictures, Cyaan turned to Granny. The old woman's face, lined with years of struggle, glowed with pure joy and hugged her.
Me proud of your baby. You beat the odds.
Granny whispered, squeezing Tiana's hand.
Me wish mommy did there do.
Now, me know me girl. But remember this. Your value not come from who absent, but it come from who stay.
Cyaan slowly let words sink in. For years, she'd been chasing a love that never seemed to find her. But standing there with Granny's unwavering support wrapping around her like a warm embrace, she realized that she wasn't alone. A week after graduation, Cyaan sat on the veranda, rocking back and forth in Granny's old wooden chair. The evening breeze was cool against her skin, carrying the distant sound of laughter from children playing down the lane. The scent of fried dumplings and puddings from Miss Ivy's shop drifted through the air, familiar and comforting. Then the phone rang. Granny, sitting beside her, gave her a knowing look.
You should answer it.
Cyaan hesitated, then reached for the phone.
Hello?
A long pause, then a voice she hadn't heard in months.
Cyaan, my baby, is mommy.
Tiana's fingers tightened around the phone. Her mother sounded different, softer, unsure.
Me hear you. Me know me should have there your graduation. But Cyaan, me shame. Me no deserve to be there. Me never stop think about you, my baby. Me just always a try to get things right.
Cyaan swallowed. She wanted to be angry, but the pain was too familiar, too heavy.
You did that wait for you know? Me know, and me sorry. But every time me try to reach, me fear you no one hear from me. But me want try now. Me want try to fix this. More you come up here and we can start fresh. Come way. America, me finally sort out your papers. You can come up here and go college and me can finally give you the life I always want.
She looked at Granny, whose eyes were watching her carefully, wise and knowing. Tiana had spent her whole life waiting for this moment. But something in Granny's gaze made her pause.
Me think about it, mommy. Me get back to you.
Sophie. It a word be so, bungee that be so, Sophie.
Late one night, Tiana lay in bed, unable to shake the uneasy feeling. Something felt off. The next day, she decided to do something she hadn't done before, ask questions.
Granny and think me should go America.
Tiana asked, watching Granny knead dough in the kitchen.
They can't know what it Tiana, but me will say this. Should or will swine you, whether you're ready or not.
Tiana frowned. That wasn't the answer she was hoping for, but she understood Granny well enough to know what she meant. Later that evening, she called her mother.
Hello? Mama tell me the truth. I really look more at the papers them.
Tiana?
Silence. Then finally Marcia spoke, her voice cracking.
No, baby, me not sort it out yet. But me promise me I will work at it. Me just never have the money. Me keep tell myself, say, me soon fix it, but time when we. I'm me just shame to tell you.
Tiana closed her eyes. She felt something inside her shatter.
So you liked me again?
Me never mean to lie, baby. Me did want to give you hope. Me no want you give up on me.
Tiana swallowed the lump in her throat.
We done give up long time, mommy. We did just a try again.
Tiana swallowed the lump in her throat. She hung up before she could break down. Granny was standing in the doorway, watching her. She started off by telling Tiana how much she was sorry. Granny told her to stop waiting, to go out and build the life she deserved.
Buy some from it.
Not too dear. One already, two and more.
Years later, Tiana walked through the gates of her own business, T's Youth Empowerment Center, a place where young boys and girls found guidance, food, books, and most importantly, hope. She had gone to university in Jamaica on scholarship, studied social work, and now she was giving back. Granny, now in a wheelchair, smiled with pride as the staff wheeled her into the ribbon-cutting ceremony. The crowd clapped as Tiana stepped forward to speak. She took a moment, scanning the crowd, then smiled.
Me make this for every little boy and girl who grow without their mother, who cry themselves to sleep but skew rise. Me there cause me granny never let go. They stand for every buried Pickney who think them can't met it. We still can rise, we still can love, and we still can shine.
That night, while Granny drove them home, Tiana got a message from her mother. A picture of another baby girl and a short message saying, "Meet your sister. Her name is Kelsey." No mention of Tiana's business launch. No congratulations. No pride. Granny reached over and squeezed her hand.
Tiana, me proud of you and Jamaica always. I will be proud of you, my granddaughter.
Tiana smiled through tears.
I join our granny, but proud of myself too.
Years later, Tiana stood at the altar, her heart pounding as she looked at the man standing before her. Her best friend, her partner in everything. After all the struggles, after all the pain, she had found love. Her journey had taken many turns, but through it all, she had found her peace. "I love you," her husband whispered, his eyes full of devotion. I love you too, she whispered back, her voice trembling. They both smiled as the officiant pronounced them husband and wife. Tiana and her husband walked out of the church. Her grandmother, Granny Ann, was very happy for both of them. She could have never been more proud. Months later, Tiana and her husband welcomed their first child into the world, a baby girl. Tiana held a tiny, perfect bundle in her arms, looking down at her daughter's face. Tears of joy filled her eyes.
Everything seems to be fine. You guys can go home soon.
Her name is Anita, Tiana said, her voice breaking with emotion. Granny Ann, now a great-grandmother, smiled. You guys named her after me? She said, voice thick with tears. I couldn't ask for a better gift. Tiana smiled. The next generation of strength and love. She had built a life of her own, but not without the help of Granny. One where love was real, where promises were kept, and where her story would be passed down through the generations. Granny's legacy lived on, not just in the beat of the pot covers, but in the very heart of Tiana's family. As Tiana's family grew, she taught her daughters Granny's greatest recipes. And with that, Tiana realized she had finally come full circle. She was no longer the Barrow Pickney. She was a woman who had created her own path, one filled with love, family, and the strength to rise no matter what.
Tiana used to wait by the phone by the gate in her dreams. Feel love we always promise but never reach. So she build our own love, one we real, one we stay, one we never lie. Me no know who need fi hear this, but Barrel care raise Pickney.